just cutting out some letters. A scroll saw is a saw that is capable of making very small, fine cuts and doing inside cuts without, by drilling a hole and running a small blade through. But this is a very typical scroll saw, and with the very fine blade and pretty much standard. All scroll saws have some way of tensioning the blade, some way of holding the blade, and then some way to remove the dust. Most of them have some kind of a little bellows that they're blowing air off to the side. And then for fine work, you need some kind of a magnifier. This one I picked up at a garage sale, but here's one where the pattern is already put on the wood, and I've drilled a hole in for where these inside cuts should go, and then it's just a matter of releasing the blade and running it up through the hole, reattaching it, and you're ready to cut. So okay, this is an example of a fairly simple fretwork. It's a piece of solid maple that we cut the mousse out of on this leaf pattern with a plywood backer that I did a little bit of a stain to. I mostly do intarsia, and that's what my first love was, and probably started out mostly with actually doing yard ornaments and things like that to get started and learning how to cut. And intarsia is where you take a bunch of different woods and then shape it to get some 3D effect to it. And so, and in general, you don't stain, but sometimes you do, but generally you just try to use a clear stain and use the color of the wood. Now this one is a couple of kinds of mahogany with a pine head and a little bloodwood and a little aspen to give the white. So this one there wasn't any painting at all on or staining. So this is a project I've been working on. It's getting close to being ready to finish. I'm still, usually when I get to this point, I take a few days to keep looking at it and keep trying to decide if I've got it the way I want it. This one has got white oak for antlers and butternut, and then this ear has got sycamore in it. It's got that nice little white, tight green. It gives you that, it's not quite white, but you get that white look, and then again some sycamore in here along with the walnut eyes. Well, intarsia, the biggest challenge is always getting a nice fit, number one, but then to get a real good multi-dimensional layering, so you give some life to the project.
Hidden Forest under Judy Gale Roberts plan. At the beginning of the trail, there's a tiger. That was one of Judy Gale Roberts' patterns. in one of the magazines. I got first place down at Pontiac, Illinois, and at the contest, and the magazine bought the pattern for me.
My interest in wood started when I was really young, about 7, 5, somewhere in there. When I stayed at my aunt and uncle's house, my uncle was a carpenter, and his shop was in the basement. And I always wanted to go down there. I kept saying, "Can I come down? Can I come down?" And my aunt wouldn't let me, so my uncle would bring me down and show me all the things that he does, his machines, and he'd make jigsaw puzzles for me. I thought that was the greatest thing I ever thought. Where I met Swede, and he taught the class, and the minute I sat down at the saw, I was sold. And I've been sawing ever since.